Hello, 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 everyone. It is Teresa from Teresa's Spot for Art, where I love sharing art from my heart and teaching you how to create a little joy in your life through some fun, simple, and quick art projects. So, how is everyone this morning? Welcome to the Junk Gerbil Jubilee. Oh, actually, it's not the Junk Journal community. There we go. I got it right. It's early. It's Saturday, guys. Please. Anyway, good morning, everyone. We're going to do a little bit. I'm waiting for my printer. But while I wait for my printer, we're going to do our background. I'm actually working in the accordion journal. I'm going to show you guys. I'm working in the accordion journal that I made for the Jubilee. And we're going to do another spread. I think this one I'm going to do long ways, and you'll see why. I've ripped out some papers. I have this old music sheet. I like this light blue. And then I have some dark. And then I have some light for the table, okay? I might use some of these books are great, you guys. If you want to have like a little easy cheat, yeah, a little easy cheat. These books, I have 3 of them. They're really beautiful stickers in here. I got them on Amazon. You'll find them in my Amazon shop. And these are just decals, junk journal stickers that you can add to your junk journal. They're themed. They're color coordinated. Aren't they beautiful? So maybe we'll flip through there and see if there's something that we want in here for our floral bouquet collage that we're going to make. Otherwise, if I don't find anything in there, these are fussy cuts from Vintage Press Studio that I love. Look how cute these are. We might use these too. I should stop talking and start gluing. But look how cool these are. These are not decals. They're printed on cardstock. And look how gorgeous they are. Different sizes, different colors, they all coordinate. And you can do a beautiful layout or collage with just these. So I'm going to be doing one of those as well. Look at all these different beautiful butterflies. There's probably like 40 in here. I don't even know, at least 30. And there's more in here. So these are all pre-cut. They have these really nice borders on them. They're stuff. You probably need more montage than a glue stick. But you know what? Use what you have. I'm all about using what you have. So let me move these out the way. All right. Back to my, so my junk journal spread, if you guys remember, I did this one. This collage is in the Junk Journal Jubilee. Junk Journal. I said gerbil. Junk Journal Jubilee. I walk you step to step how to do this one, this clothesline, which I love. I love some clotheslines. And I actually do, got to put a little glue into there. I actually do hang my clothes in a certain window of weather. It has to be warm, but not real polleny. So I love to hang my clothes, but only at certain times. All right, so I'm going to do this one long ways, and I'm going to start out, we're going to do a bouquet in a vase, and I'm going to start out, I'm going to do the table first on the bottom. So I'm just going to start getting some of my papers here. These are some vintage papers I acquired. It's amazing how much CRAP you can buy on the Etsy or on the Whatnot. Have you guys heard of Whatnot? It's a really cool platform. But anyway, I digress. So I'm just going to start collaging up a bit of a tabletop here. Then I'm going to do my vase. Hopefully my prints will print. Prints will print. Hopefully my prints will come. However that works. I don't know. Anyway. I don't care if my stuff goes over the page a little bit. First of all, it's a junk journal, and you could just have it sticking out because it is a junk journal. But if you care, just come back later on with scissors and trim it right up. Okay? I'm going to rip this one. I love these vintage papers. They're cool. They're old. It's really fun. But what I love about them even more is the way they rip, you guys. They like have a mind of their own. Once you start tearing them, just the slightest little tear, right? It just does its own thing because the paper is kind of brittle and old. I mean, who gets excited over how paper tears? Me. But isn't that really cool? Anyway. So I have words up, I have music up. Hopefully, I should have, well, I tried to print last night, it didn't work. So now I'm printing this morning and hopefully it will work. We'll see. I prepared a nice PDF for you guys. I may have to draw it out. I prepared a nice PDF with you guys with some flower shapes and some vase shapes to get you started on this flower collage. We'll see if it works. My printer is lagging. I don't know why. But we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Don't fret, right? No fretting. No fretting and no sighing. So has anybody been working? I'm getting this off of here. Has anybody been working in their junk journals? Or moving on in their junk journals? Anybody have junk journal stuff going on? Let me see if I can put this. What does this say? 1 second. So, how has everybody been doing? Anybody been working in their junk journals or anything? It feels like so long ago that we did the Jubilee, and I'm wondering if anybody has taken on more junk journal activity. I think I need one more little piece right for here. I mean, it doesn't matter if I have it straight or not, because if I want a straight line, I'll have a straight line when I add the next layer for the background. So straight lines don't matter here. Okay, I think this will be my line. All right. Oh, my printer's starting to go now. Okay, the hard part is over. So I have some dark and I have some light. And I'm just going to start tearing these up. Now, these are magazines. Who still reads a magazine? Anyone? 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 So I want the light. And then I'm going to have some dark. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start with this too. This is light. This is a silicone mat I glue on over here. My vase is going to be about there. So let's raise this up a little bit. I love my silicone mat. Then I just take it to the sink and wash it. All right, print is going now. Can you hear it? I'll be able to show you guys the free download I made for y'all to go along with this project. So anyway, this is my silicone mat. I just take it to the sink and wash it like I wash dishes, and it is good to go. I'm going to get out a little wipe. I like to keep a wipe nearby because then I'll just go like this and just clean my little fingers as I'm gluing. Sometimes if it's a little piece, I'll just go like this right on top of the glue stick and then glue it down. All right. Now I'm going to work my way lighter. And don't forget, it's totally okay to go off the page. A is a junk journal, and B, you can cut it with scissors later if you wanted to. There's no rhyme or reason to how I cut any of these pages or these papers. And now I'm just coming in and I'm working from light, and you're going to see light to dark on my way out. And this is just the background, actually. We didn't even get to the fun part with the flowers yet. I'm going to do this a little lighter. I'm going to keep working my way around and working out from the center. So light to dark to the outside. And these are very neutral. My flowers are going to be less neutral. That's why I want my background to be more neutral. So my flowers are really going to pop on the background. Okay. Now I'm going to start getting a little bit darker. I like when we have the little tears and you can see a little bit of white. That doesn't bother me at all. I think it just adds to the effect. I need to take off my glasses. Oh, I'm so glad my printout printed so I can show you what I got for you today. Here's a little bit better. And I'm just ripping. I guess I could rip before we started. I did rip a little bit before we started, but I figured we'd be just, you know, chilling, hanging, gluing, cutting. Who doesn't want to play with paper, right? So this one here, this is going to start to establish my straightish line. Okay. Remember I said I want a little bit of straight line between the top and the background? So that's going to start. I'm going to make this one over here. So I want this line here to be somewhat straight, and I'm going to show you why in a minute. Okay, but we're going to keep working for now. I'm probably not going to do much more in the middle here because that's going to, I mean, I could, but it's going to get covered up anyway. I'm going to show you how that's going to get covered up. There we go. And there we go. So let's flip you guys around. And we'll start working up top here. When you hop on, tell me where you're watching from. Who thought that working with cut up paper and glue and scissors would be so much fun? Oh, I know who thought it. Kindergartners. Exactly, right? Do this, do that. Right? So kids like to work with clay and paint and glue and get messy. And I guess it's the same thing with adults too. Who doesn't want to work with clay and paint and glue and get messy? I guess our lives is just so structured, so demanding, so everything's rush, 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 run here, run there, run everywhere, that playing with glue and scissors and paper is just so freeing. I mean, that's how I feel anyway. I could sit here, and it's the same way when I paint. Sometimes I have to be like, okay, brushes down. But I could sit here and paint and paint and paint, or sit here and glue and glue and glue, and have a grand old time, and just before you know it, it's 2 hours later. That one was a light one. So I'm going to save that one. We're almost done here, and then we're going to do our flowers. Another thing to remember when you're doing collages is composition. So you can have a variety of colors, obviously, but you can also have a variety of sizes. Or you can make your collage papers in the background all kind of small. Obviously, that's going to take way longer. Or you can make them chunky. It's totally up to you, and either way will give you a very different aesthetic. I can take my wipe and fix my silicone mat if I want. I might do that, because right now I'm running out of clean spaces because I'm just being quick and messy. Oh, look, it's almost like that was made for it. It's almost like that was a puzzle piece. Look at that. How weird is that? Okay, put these back in there for a minute and let me get my printout that I made for you guys. So we're going to be doing a bouquet. This is kind of big for what I'm doing. The flowers will work. So I'm going to show you how we're going to use these flowers. I'm going to use one of these vases. And here's smaller ones. And then I have this pretty paper, but for some reason I painted front and back. But they're these pink, beautiful pages with this little abstract circles on them with the writing. And then the green I'm going to use for leaves. So this is going to be some of my flowers. And these are going to be for some of my leaves. And then I have extra here. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So let me pick a vase. I'm going to go with this one. And there's two sizes. I have big and large. I happen to cut these, print these rather, double-sided. That's probably why my printer was taking so long. But we have different size leaves, filler leaves, little leaves, and then a bunch of flowers here as well. Okay? So I'm going to take this. I want my vase to pop. So I'm going to make my vase this pretty blue. Okay, I'm going to take it, move my mat over, I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to glue into my shape. Okay, I'm going to glue into my shape, and then I'm just going to start randomly placing the papers that I want to be my vase. The only thing you want to do, you want to make sure you go over the outside line. Okay, you want to go over, and I'll show you why. It's totally okay. You can go over, you want to go over the border. And I'm just going to keep filling this in. Again, I like when you can see the little rip marks. If you're overlapping, you want to make sure you put down a little bit more glue. So when you overlap your paper, it overlaps and sticks. Because we glued our surface first, but then we came back and now we're overlapping some of our papers. And it's okay, it's going to dry clear, it's fine. So you want to make sure that you put some glue on top of the papers that you already laid down where it overlaps. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to peel this up. I know I printed it double-sided, but you can see the shape through the paper of the vase that I just collaged. So I'm going to cut this out. And here, here's my vase, which is going to go, going to need a little bit more paper there. But there's my vase. My vase is going to go right there. Okay? Let me get a couple more pieces of dark paper to fill in. I probably should have just done the whole thing, and then we wouldn't have to worry about filling in. And then another little piece for the other side. Okay, and then our vase is going to go here like that. Okay, now I'm going to cut out my flowers. I have 5 flowers because why not? In the floral world, you want odds, right? 3, 5, 7. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing now with these flowers as I did with the vase. But some of them I'm just going to do one big sheet. And then we're going to go back and we're going to add some details to it. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to lay this down, press it out, and there's one flower. Then, let me see, what else do I have here? That one's kind of small, right? Yeah. So these are the pages. Oh, let's do this. Oh, how cool is that? So again, I'm going to take my glue stick. I'm going to put it on this whole flower. And I'm just going to stick this on. Okay. That's 2. Let's rip these so I can... Maybe I'll do 2 purple, we'll see. I'm just looking through my scraps here for something that would make... You know what, I could do 2 pinks because we had... This is the paper you guys get. So which one did I do? I did the square one. Now I'll do this one. That's 3. Make this one a little light. That's 4. And one more. There we go, 5. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing with these. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to cut them all out. I'm just going back and tracing, following the black line of my cutout. One second. There we go. And then I'm going to get my paint pen. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. All right, so there's one flower. If you notice when I cut, I'm not moving my scissors. I'm moving the paper. There's 2 flowers. It's so much easier to move the paper when you cut. I'm guiding the paper through the scissors with my other hand. I'm not using the scissors. I'm not going low like this with my arm. With the scissors, I'm just guiding the paper. That's 3. You could do however many flowers you want. You can do all your flowers with this pink paper that I gave you because every one of them will look different depending on how you ripped it, cut it, whatever. So if you use the entire pink paper that comes in this pack, and only the pink paper, and don't print it double-sided, obviously, you will have all different flowers. Am I missing a flower? Oh, here it is. Because no two pages, when you rip this pink paper with the writing on it and those little abstract circles, when you rip that, cut it, however, no two areas are going to be the same. So if you don't have a bucket of scrap like I do, and you're just starting out, all your flowers will be different, even if you just use that one pink sheet. All right. Got that. Now I'm going to cut out just a couple of sets of leaves. I need my smaller leaves. Let's see. Which ones are the smaller ones? These. I'm just going to do, I think, like 2 sets of leaves. I'm going to do 2 of these and then 1 of these. And then I'm going to grab this. And I'm just going to cut this now into strips. So if you haven't heard yet, starting a really cool membership, done for you downloads of junk journal packs of papers and kits. We'll be kicking it off in a couple of weeks. We'd love to have you join us. Tutorials and done for you junk journal supplies, print and go. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. Again, it's okay to overlap because we're going to go and cut this out. We're going to cut all these out just like we cut out the vase. So I'm just putting the glue right on there. All right. And then these. So one, two, buckle my shoe. Right, there we go. So 1 leaf. 2 leaves. And I can go digging through my stash for some papers, but I don't really have to because, again, like I said with the pink, even though this is all the green, they all look different because of the way I ripped the paper. No 2 leaves are going to look alike just by the way I ripped the paper. Okay? And then we're going to cut these out. Now, if you want to cut out the stems, you can. Or if you want to just cut off the stems, you can. It's totally up to you. You can then get a marker or a Sharpie and draw the stems in. You can use paper to draw. You could use paper to collage the stems in. Whatever you want. Whatever is easiest and brings you the most joy is how you can do it. I may use my paint pen. I may collage. We'll see. All right. Of course, this one's going to be a little bit more complicated to cut out with these little tiny leaves, but that's okay. Again, just guide your paper with your hand and not with the scissors. Again, it's junk journaling and collaging. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you want perfect cutouts, we have these amazing fussy cuts right here, which are cut for you, and they're ready to go. There's no rules in junk journaling. Or you can use the decals in this really cool book I have here, these boho decals. Whatever you want. There's no rules. It's just about cutting out a little time for yourself. See how what I did there? And having some creative fun. You think about it. Let me see. What time is it? I can't see. I've only been on here now for 30 minutes. And look what we've accomplished. That's it. 30, 20, 30, 40 minutes of time. And you are good to go. So I am going to cut a few stems. I'm going to cut a few little skinny stems. Let me find a paper that I like. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it from the green. Why not? That's what we did our leaves with, right? Okay, 5 stems. Look how easy that was. Actually, I probably didn't even have to cut 5 because these can get cut in half. Let me lay out my flowers. And I'm just going to put some glue on here and do a stem. I'm just pulling it through my finger. Watch. Pull. Come up here. And do another stem. Let's rip this. Oops. I know, sometimes people are like, how do you keep from getting all sticky? I don't. Okay. Why is this one fussing with me? There we go. All right. I'm going to come over here. Pull it through. We want our stems underneath our flowers and then underneath our vase as well. That's why I did the vase first because it was easy, but I didn't put it down because I'm going to put it over my stems. Oh, I'm glad I picked this green. It really pops against the background. Another piece. One, two, three, 4. And then one more. 5. Okay. And now I'm going to pick these back up because I'm not done with the flowers yet. I just put them there for placement. So I want to move them out of the way. Just wanted to kind of have a guide of where I was going to put my stems. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to my vase. And I'm going to glue it up really well. Now if you want to use Mod Podge for this, paper glue, whatever you want, totally okay. Look how fun that is! Look how fun that is. I want a little piece of glue or paper here for these leaves. And then I have these leaves. I'm going to put a little glue on, paper on. Just add into the stems, okay? And this one, a little glue. There. And there. Move that over a little bit. All right. I guess you probably like, how are these going to be leaves and stems, weren't you? If I get the glue off my fingers, it'll work much better. That's one. And then this side. Two. All right. Let me clean my hands really good now to put it all together. All right. I'm going to glue up the back side of this a little bit. And you could put as many as these leaves. I think I gave you 4 sets of these leaves, these filler leaves, and a few sets, 5 sets of the little leaves in 2 different sizes. And you can put as many or as few on here as you want. And that's all I'm going to do for now. So I put the 1 set of filler leaves. I could do another one, and then these 2 leaves coming off the stems. But I think that's plenty for now. All right, now I'm going to go to my flowers. I think I'm going to do my paint pen first. So now you can do paint pen. You can do Sharpie. Do you have a Sharpie? Yep, I'll show you Sharpie. So I can come in here, I can draw an inside. And then I can draw all these petals. And I'm just using a Sharpie to do this with. And there's a flower. Or you can use your paint pen. There's a Posca paint pen. I'm going around all the leaves and adding the center. You can use a white pen or a paint. Totally up to you. So that's 1, 2, 3. I go back to the Sharpie again. I'll show you. Plus, we all know they make different color Sharpies. You could take every one of these flowers and do each petal a different paper, and then you'd have your flowers as well. So it's totally up to you how you want to do this. Again, don't forget, no rules. No rules. So there's the one. There's the 2. 3. Four. And 5. And there is our little bouquet. How cool is that? We have the pink paper, the green paper, and then all these different flowers, vases, shapes, and sizes. It is an 8-page PDF for you. It is up above in the comments. I could even get my white paint pen and add some highlights to some of my leaves. Add a little highlight onto my jar or my vase. I'm just doing some white little strokes of highlight. And there we go. So, I love it. You guys love it? Let me turn you guys around. Move this out of the way. So here we go. And again, these are sticking out on the side. I'm just going to take my scissors. It's a junk journal, doesn't matter. But you can easily just take your scissors and trim up the edges. And there we go. And then here's my vase on a table. Thanks for watching, you guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.